Sean Allen here, and it's New Year's Eve 2012, and it's the time of year that we're obviously looking back on the things that have happened and making wishes for the things that will happen. And 2013, if we follow some basic clear directions, will enable us to make a measurable difference in our own life and in the lives of those in our martial arts academies. So this next presentation, split into two parts, will ensure that our direction that we set for the business also is complemented by the direction that our employees set for themselves for 2013. And let's face it, the only way you're going to have your business goals reached is if you help your employees reach their own personal goals. Their own direction must be articulated clearly to you and to themselves, of course, so that you can help them move onwards and upwards in the world. And I'll say it again, the only way that you are going to be able to ensure that your business direction and your business goals are reached is by aligning the goals and direction of your employees with that of your business. So this next series, two-part series of presentations, is to articulate specifically to an employer and to an employee what is involved in creating a direction and, most importantly, measuring that direction. Good luck, and I look forward to hearing back from you to see what direction you're moving in. As you can see, I've written down the center of our screen the two aspects that we must make sure are in an alignment if we want to get the maximum results from 2013. Number one, of course, is the direction of the business, and I'll bet that you won't have any problems with identifying the direction of the business, the things that you think you want to have improved. They might be amount of money coming in through the front door, the number of students, the amount of times that the students come in on a regular basis, the ability of the reception staff or yourself to be able to book in intros, introductory lessons, the amount of stock that you sell. So all of those things are relatively easy to articulate and to measure. In a similar vein, the direction of an employee should be in a measurable system too, so that we can ensure that they are both complementing each other. So we again need to be able to find out the direction of each particular employee so that it suits the business. And of course those two should be obviously lifting up in an upwards direction. But the problem is that if we have an employee who we find is in a different direction, if they're not supporting the business, we're probably going to find that if they are slightly sideways, if their direction is in many ways different to the business, it's pretty well apparent to the owner straight away that a change needs to be made. So the first of the two methods that we use to create measurable change in 2013 is to ensure that the direction of the employee, the goals of the employee, support the goals of the business. Now, this is easier said than done because of two reasons. And the two reasons are, one is easy and one is hard. So let me just scroll up a little bit to give you an indication as what is easy to manage is a numerical method. For example, we mentioned earlier that within a business we want to be able to maximize profit or maximize total income. We even mentioned that we would like to see if we could get more students, and identifying exactly how many more or how much more is relatively easy. The problem is that that's not the only reason we are in business, and that's not the only reason that an employee works hard for us. There is other more difficult ways to be able to identify. So these two ways of easy and hard, and as you can see here I've put two examples, is the easy way. I'll just get rid of that. Amazing, whoosh, and it's gone. The numbers is the easy part to manage and to measure. The anecdotal method of whether or not a person is really enjoying running a business or working in a business is the hard part. The more I ask employers and employees about the reason why they're working there or they have the business in the first place, is they quite happily talk about the numbers. They might say, "Oh, I work here because I get paid enough." Or the owner might say, "I run the business because it's financially rewarding." So all of that can be numbered down to an actual specific number. And if a business owner is happy with his martial arts school, he'll be able to say, "It's because I have 250 members, 100 members, 400 members, 500 members." However, that's not the reason why an owner would continue to work in a business year after year, and it's not the only reason why an employee would continue to be loyal year after year. This hard section here, the anecdotal method, the warm fuzzy you get from working in an industry which makes you feel better as a person, that's the difficult thing to articulate, to identify. So that is the thing that we're going to concentrate on in our next session, is how do we identify not only the numbers for a focus for an employer and an employee, but what are the other factors that also have to be dealt with so that an employer will feel like being in the business, but most importantly, so that an employee will give their heart and soul to the business. It's as if they owned the business themselves. So let's talk about that in the next section, but the main focus for you now is to be able to identify some of the numbers.